character to keep showing up after losing out over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm proud of my titles. Always will be. I don't take the honor of being the Orange Blossom Queen 6 straight years in a row lightly, but, you know, I admire Mirabelle, too. And she had a good heart. She'd volunteer all the time. She'd perform for the little old people down at the senior center. Sing that song from that mermaid movie, I'm in Your World, or whatever it's called. I don't know. My children only watch godly movies. But she'd sing that. She didn't have children, so maybe she didn't realize. Or a husband, which I also have. So. Oh, and she was a perfectionist. So she'd sing that same song over and over until she got it right. 20, 30 times. The old people would tell her she didn't have to, that she could stop at any time, but she was happy to do it. She was a natural performer. Oh, so gifted. I was never like that. I mean, you know, everyone's different. Some of us are more into the artistry of it all. I'm a Wild Tides water park mermaid because I believe it's important to provide families with wholesome, all-ages entertainment at an affordable price. But others, you know, they like the attention. Not that I'm blaming her for what happened. Gosh, no. She was a nice person. She didn't deserve that. Not at all. You just never think something like that would happen in a teeny, little, teensy-weensy town like Mystic Bay. I mean, besides that time that poor boy was pushed into that hydraulic press, or that old man who spontaneously combusted in the Publix parking lot. But other than that, you just never think of bad stuff happening here. It was so sad what happened to her. Of course, we all suspected Jared. He was weird. He followed her around like a puppy. A weird puppy.
Mirabelle's disappearance left a mark on the minuscule town of Mystic Bay, with search missions tampered by downed power lines and felled trees. As days turned into weeks, the town's optimism began to fade. That said, losing hope is something of a custom for residents of Mystic Bay. For years, competing theme parks, virus outbreaks, daylight savings, and a quickly shifting culture led to a downturn in park numbers.
For the next 20
Wild Tides is still top quality. Some of the best damn entertainment in the state. I don't care what anyone thinks, right?
to find a comfortable
The fact
position.
of the matter is,
In a chair
kids don't go for that anymore.
or on a cushion.
They'd rather be on their phones playing
Be sure to sit up
Candy
straight.
Crush or Roblox Adopt-A-Me
on your lap.
Neal.Fun at a park with their folks. So,
If you're
people
seated in a
stopped
chair,
coming.
I invite you to place both feet firmly.
That's when they found you. Or
If you're seated on the
or
floor
what was left of her.
on a cushion,
What was left of
encourage you to
Mirabelle
position
was
yourself
found
in such
by
a way
Jared Holt on November
fully
15,
grounded
2012,
and supported.
3 months after she went missing.
I'll give you a few more
That's his
seconds
voice you heard in
to
the
find
911
position
call at the top
that's
of the
right
episode.
for you.
She has her tail. She has no face.
When Chippewa County police arrived at the scene, they discovered a grisly sight. Mirabelle Diaz, lodged in the jaws of the Megalodon Megatwister, her mermaid tail curled daintily beneath her on the ancient beast's pink fiberglass tongue.
On our breath.
The park's earliest attendees,
There
a
may
group
be
of
other
school
things
children
on
from
the
the St. Brendan the Navigator Institute for Marine Biology, followed Jared's gaze, the park's famed mermaid staring back at them. That is, if she could have stared back. Jessalyn Garcia remembers the day vividly.
Oh, he was all cat and tonic when he first saw her. You know, like he couldn't move or blink or say a single word. Oh, poor thing. He just stood there, looking into the hole where her face had been. It was all
Bring your
sunk in.
to your
A
breathing.
pit. No offense to Mirabelle, but you know, I think it was the worst I've ever seen her look. And it was the first day since the hurricane that the park was open to the public. That's what's so sad about it. November is always a slow month. The water's full, the sun sets early. It's peak season for the flesh-eating algae that sometimes grows on the lazy river inner tubes. But we lost so much money because of the storm that we were all just so excited for the park to open back up again.
spit that on your popsicle. Now, Jessalyn had a pretty good idea of who was responsible. But first,
It's gonna be hard. I don't know.
speaking of popsicles, when's the last time you enjoyed a mouthful of fresh, home-cooked food? Between work and errands, there's never time to cook a proper meal. That's where Dinner Dash comes in. Dinner Dash is a weekly meal delivery service focused on fresh, organic ingredients with recipes chosen by real chefs. Best of all, Dinner Dash meals never expire. Using our secret technology, we have made eggs that last forever. Get 20% off your first Dinner Dash weekly meal kit with code KILLER20. Dinner Dash, meals that are eternal. Back to the case. Here's Jessalyn. Now, the first thing you gotta understand about Mystic Bay is that it's a small town. Real small. Itty bitty. So everyone knows everyone here. I went to school with Jared and Maribel, worked alongside them here at the park. And Jared, well, I can say this, right? Because I know him. He's probably just about the worst mascot we've ever had. The only reason he kept his job is because no one else wanted to wear the costume. I'm not saying he wanted to wear the costume. I mean, he really wanted to wear the costume. Like, really. Like, not in a doggone way. Jared Holt had dressed as Wild Tide's water park's iconic mascot, Manny the Manatee, since dropping out of Mystic Bay High School in 1999. His costume consisted of a massive suit carved of fleece and foam, complete with flippers, a floppy headpiece, and Manny's signature orange flip-flops. All told, the costume weighed in at a staggering 140 pounds and was said to have reached internal temperatures of up to 100 degrees, 310 Kelvin in the searing Florida heat. Past Manny the Manatees have been reported passing out from the extreme temperature, including one Manny who, in 1973, collapsed face first into a child's birthday cake, and another who, in 1985, became partially bathed within the suit while conducting a water safety demonstration at the park's swimming pool. For years, Wild Tide's water park officials could not find workers willing to put on the suit.
The design? Yeah, no. Out of the question. That Manny the Manatee suit was designed by my old dad, Frank Wild Sr. Jr. He had two dreams: to sell quality beans at affordable prices across the continental United States of America, and to make a true man-manatee hybrid he referred to as the humanity.
You can relax.
That damn suit, that's the second closest he ever got to it. So no, I never away from your table. If you think the suit's too heavy or too stinky or too what have you, well, that's a personal thing. Man up. Hey, Manatee up. Yeah. Come on, change the suit, and you can catch me with this.
You could smell the suit before you saw it. I'd say it was closest to... Did you ever have a Florida-style pizza? Well, you take a handful of saltine crackers and sort of spread them out on a paper plate with sprayed cheese, turtle jerky, and a little bit of gas station pickle, and a sprinkle in of boiled peanuts. Just leave it out for a little bitty bit, let the sunshine do its magic, and voila, you got yourself a meal. Now, it's delicious. You'll be smelling it for about a mile, 2 miles out if the wind hits just right. I don't really eat that sort of food, personally. The Manny the Manatee suit smelled sort of like that. Like Florida-style pizza. Or rotten broccoli. Despite the suit's numerous downsides, there was one person more than willing to don it around the park. Jared Holt. Jared, well, he strayed from the light of the Lord. I can tell you that much for nothing. Tampering with the divine design. He had a lot of off predications. He was a fuzzy.
The belly.
I met with Jared Holt at the Chipco County Jail. It's a small, peach-colored structure across from a former Sears-turned-Spirit Halloween.
I first learned about it online. I've always liked to draw, kind of, like funny animals, or animals with like bazooka arms, just funny stuff, you know? Whatever pops pops into my head. Like, maybe I'll draw a manatee with big muscles and bazooka arms. Or maybe I'll feel more like drawing a bazooka that shoots out manatees with, really huge muscles. There's a lot of symbolism there if you think about it. Not that a lot of people think about it. I have a real respect for all sirenians. That's the term for aquatic mammals like manatees and dugongs, by the way. Sirenian. Like a siren, like a mermaid. They think sailors invented mermaids because they saw manatees out in the water and fell in love with them.
I ask Jared whether his appreciation for Sirenians extended to Mirabelle. He grows quiet, sullen, and then...
Mirabelle, no. I don't think of her that way. She was pretty, sure. Long, pinkish hair, cross-eyed. She was a friend to me. Nothing less, nothing more. After all, she was the one to pull.
And has since
It's all
become
time.
one of the legends around the microscopic town.